run through a wall.
We're going to run some clock, or maybe some attack.
This team is destined. Well, the Eagles lose their regular season finale to the Washington Commanders, and this is a game that was handed to them. This is a football game that they had every single opportunity to win, and now I'm not going to sit here on the postgame show and yell and scream and be pissed. Tonight's not a night for that. Ultimately, this game really doesn't matter. And throughout this entire football game, watching at my buddy's house, we're talking, and I'm saying, hey, you know what? You know, the Detroit Lions are up, but no matter what, this game, win or lose, and I've said this all week, I posted clips, I didn't really care if we win or lost. Obviously, I wanted to win. And then when Detroit wins the game, you know, you want to win. But you had plenty of opportunities. Nick Sirianni lost you a game today, going for it on fourth, passing the football on 4th and 1, not once, not twice, but multiple times, hurts you in the long run. Not pounding the rock with Tank Bigsby, who was going bonkers this entire game, is horrible coaching. And I already see people on Twitter, I already see people on social media screaming about Tanner McKee, yelling that Tanner McKee blows, stinks, and that it's debate between McKee and Hurts should never happen. No. McKee had to go out there with backups. McKee had to go out there with an offensive line that couldn't stop a cold. That's how bad that offensive line is. They couldn't stop a cold. So there was a lot of issues out there today. But to me, the number one single issue was the coaching. Yet again, even with backups, even versus the Washington Commanders, who blow. I mean, they blow, man. They blow. They're not good. You couldn't put up over 20 points. Even with Tanner McKee, who I say is the next Tom Brady, you can't put up over 20 points. So there's still a lot of fundamental issues with this football team, and we're going to continue to break it down all week. And as we prepare, I guess, for the Niners, I'm correct by that, right? The Niners, or is there still in play that we'll play the? It's the Niners, 100% the Niners. So we're 100% going to play the Niners. So, and I told you that if there was one team coming up that the Eagles had an opportunity to face, I was afraid of, it was going to be the 49ers, and you got to face them round one. Dude, I'm nervous. And the fact that you still can't put up over 20 points, your offensive coordinator is still as clueless as he was on day one. Nick Sirianni blowing games left and right. You know, passing the football on 4th and 1 when you could just run the football with Bigsby, who, by the way, was picking up, 10 yards? And it felt like picking up 10 yards every time he ran. So there was a lot of fundamental issues with this game. We're going to continue to break it down. 215-839-8246. That's the number again. I want to hear your opinion and your thoughts on this game. Because ultimately, to me, this game doesn't matter. This game isn't a game where I'm going to come on my post-game show and flip a lid and flip tables and punch stuff. That's not what I'm doing. I don't care that much. But what I do care about is that you had an opportunity in front of you to win big time. You had an opportunity. I mean, and here's the biggest thing. And my friend brought this up to me because, like I said, I'm watching it at my buddy's house, so I'm not in studio. So if things aren't as crisp, things aren't as clear, don't be angry. I am not in studio. So, remember this week, Nick Sirianni said, "Well, we're not going to start our starters." I mean, we're going to sit the starters, but if there is an opportunity where we know that the Bears are going to lose the game and we have a clear opportunity for the 2 seed, we're going to go in and we're going to put our starters in the game. What happened to that, Nick? What happened? I'm pretty confused, as all of you should be. I mean, everybody knew in that entire game the Detroit Lions were going to win. It was clear and obvious that the Lions were going to win that game. And Nick Sirianni flat out lied to you and said, oh, well, we're going to throw the starters in there if need be, if we know that the Bears are losing the game. What happened, Nick? What happened? There's so many things that don't make sense to me. They are confusing, and it bothers me. But as I've been saying all show, I'm not going to sit here and flip a lid. I'm not going to sit here and be all angry about a loss. It really doesn't matter. Oh, and by the way, you guys see this nice little quarter zip I'm wearing? I got to throw in the plug, guys. Come on. I got to throw in the plug. See this nice quarter zip I'm wearing? Catch it, and you can buy it on the link in my description. Takes you right to my merchandise store. Quarter zips, Broad Street Sports quarter zips. I got hoodies, I got t-shirts. I just had to throw the plug in there because I know you guys are looking at this quarter zip and saying, look how fire that thing is. I know you guys are saying all that. So you go check that out in the link in my description. 215-839-8246. That's the number to get in. I want to hear your thoughts because ultimately this game doesn't really matter. But what ultimately does matter is who you're going to face in the first round of the postseason. Now you got to face the Niners. I'm nervous. I am flat out nervous, and I think all of you should be too. 215-839-8246. Let's go to the phone line. Let's get it started. Alex in South Jersey, what's going on, pal?
Hey, Broad, how are you?
I'm good, bro. How are you?
Good. I just got to say, I can't believe our coaching staff let us lose that game today. The difference between us getting the 2 seed and 3 seed is huge. It's huge. Now we might, if we even get past San Francisco, we might have to go to Chicago. And look, I think Chicago's a fraud. I think they're a fraudulent team. I don't think they're good, even though they beat us. We're a way better team than Chicago. But now we got to go to Chicago, potentially, play in worse weather. We got to travel. And, all you got to do is score 21 points on us to win.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
So, it's huge. And everybody would rather play the Packers at home than the 49ers at home, besides, I guess, our coaching staff.
Well,
it was terrible.
Well, that's what bothers me the most because I've said and I posted clips about it. I would if you don't want to face the Green Bay Packers, there's something wrong with you mentally. You're not thinking straight. And this team went in there, this coaching staff went in there with this mentality that we can beat anybody we play, which may or may not be true, but I would feel a lot better if we were the 2 seed and I had to prepare a show and talk about Eagles-Packers instead of the Eagles-Niners, which, by the way, the Niners have been playing great football. They can put up points. Brock Purdy has been playing very good football. I think that I know that they lost to Seattle, right? Like, it is what it is. They lost to Seattle, but I'm telling you right now, and I've been saying this, I was nervous and I am scared of the 49ers. And this Eagles team went in there today at the link and lost to the horrendous Commanders, Washington Redskins Commanders, whatever you call them. And it's such a disaster. It is such a disaster. And as much as I want to be angry, I'm not going to be angry because it doesn't matter. But this team has a whole thing coming if they're thinking that they got an easy road to the Super Bowl first game versus the Niners.
Yeah, so the road got a lot harder, and I just want to say this.
Yep.
The difference between last year's team and this year's team, this year we cannot rely on our offense. So if our defense has a bad game, God forbid they have a bad game, which, does happen.
Yep.
It's over. We can't rely on our offense. Last year we could rely on our offense to get us, 35. I don't even know if we've got 35, all year this year. We can barely get over 17.
Well, I agree with that, dude. And I've been saying that all year. I mean, this defense can be as perfect as they want to be. They can be as perfect whenever they want, and they've been perfect all year. They've been great all year. But what are you going to do? How does this team respond when the defense lets up 3 touchdowns? How does this team respond when the defense can't stop the run, right? Like we saw it versus the Bears on the Black Friday, where we couldn't stop the run. We allowed 280 rushing yards. We couldn't stop the run. We couldn't stop it cold. And the offense did not bail you out. See, that's an issue, right? Like the difference between last year and this year was last year had a great defense, again, but the offense, when need be, was able to put up points because of Saquon and whatever else. This year, we have a perfect defense again, but our offense just can't put up points. And you can't, and I've been saying it, man, you cannot expect to win in the postseason and not put up points. And that's where we are as an organization. We're not putting up points with the starters. We're not putting up points with bench players. We're not putting up points whatsoever. And that's what scares me. And the fact you got to play the Niners week 1, it's quite terrifying. Alex, you got anything else for me, pal?
No, sir.
Thank you, Alex, for the phone call. I greatly appreciate it. 215-839-8246. I appreciate the calls. I want to hear from you. I mean, it's just one of those things, right? And I think people need to understand that in order to win big time, in order to go and win a Super Bowl, you need to be able to put up points. And you can't put them up. You don't put them up. That's a single fundamental issue. And even when you don't put them up, your coaching staff is going to kill you. I mean, Nick Sirianni, and I envision, I just keep looking at this. I keep envisioning this. 4th and 1, multiple times. Let's pass. Why not run the football? Why not? And we're going to get into Bigsby because I think Bigsby has been an outstandingly wonderful player, especially tonight when they decided to use him. But how about, I mean, non-stop passing the football with 1 yard. And then late in the game, like there's just so many issues, man. And I'm tired of people, and I've seen it already all over social media. People attacking my boy McKay. Not even his fault, man. Not even his fault. And I don't get it. I don't get it. So again, as much as I may seem angry right now or frustrated, I'm not. I just know how difficult it's going to be for this football team to have to beat the Niners. And the game's at home, right? So it makes it a little bit better. But now you got to play the Niners at home, and then you got to probably play the Bears on the road in Chicago. So how does that make you feel, right? Like, to me, like, how does that make you feel? Because to me, I don't feel good at all thinking about the fact that if we can somehow get by the Niners in this game, which to me, I think it's going to be a very tough ask of an offense that can't put up over 20 points. But then let's say you get by them, then you got to go on the road in Chicago in a very hostile crowd in a very cold environment and play the Bears. Right, so there's so many different things to think about when it comes to it. But we have all week to really talk about this. I think we're going to take the whole first half of the week. How do you feel? Because after this game, I'm not going to sit here and tell you I'm angry. That's not the way I feel. I don't know how to describe the way I feel after this game. I think to me, the way that I feel is kind of disappointment because. And you may think that is outrageous and stupid, whatever. No, to me, you had every opportunity to get that 2 seed. Every single opportunity. You had it. And don't tell me this slop that Nick Sirianni and Patullo and Laurie and Roseman, they didn't know that the Bears were losing the game. They had no idea. Trust me, they knew. The broadcast every 5 minutes was telling us. CBS was telling us every 5 minutes. So there is some serious issues here. So don't tell me the slop that Sirianni and Patullo had no idea the Bears were losing. This was a fundamental game that the coach and staff lost you. I know the defense didn't play great. I know McKee, who I've hyped up big time a lot, did not play outstanding football like I thought he was going to. But tonight was a night where your coaching staff lost you a game. Being complacent is not healthy. We saw it against Buffalo. This team being complacent all the time, it's not healthy. And you cannot win that way. And a game versus the Commanders where you have to win. You want to get the 2 seed. You had every opportunity to get the 2 seed, and you didn't get it. You flat out didn't get it. That, to me, is an embarrassment because you knew. It's just ridiculous. It's just absolutely ridiculous, man. It really, really is. It's just ridiculous. Let's go back to the phones.
Jersey.
Luca in South Jersey, what's going on, pal?
How you doing, man? First of all, today should be a wake-up call for the Eagles management. what the fuck was Nick Sirianni thinking today, not playing any of his starters when he knew this game could have meant something?
Well, again, and not to interrupt you, because I'm going to let you flip a lid, whatever you want to do there, Luca. I'm going to tell you this right now, and I'm watching the game at my buddy's house. Sirianni flat out was like, hey, you know what? If there's an opportunity that we know that the Bears are losing the game, and there's an opportunity, to go get the 2 seed, we're going to throw the starters in there. The starters were dressed. The starters were ready to go. Sirianni knew what the score was. Don't tell me the BS that Sirianni had no idea. He knew. Patullo knew. Roseman knew. Laurie knew. They all knew. They all checked the scoreboard. I mean, CBS was telling us every 2 minutes that what the score was, and we had the score, and we had the game on the other TV. Sirianni said if there's an opportunity for us to get the 2 seed, and they know the Bears are losing, he's going to throw in the starters, and he didn't do it. And Sirianni is
I agree.
Lost. Yeah, he's lost.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go on a rant that I did a couple weeks ago, but I'm really pissed off that. Like, you see what the Rams did today? They played their starters. Chicago, even though they lost, they played their starters. Like, now you're risking them to come out flat next week. Now you're risking them to come out playing flat next week against a good San Fran team. And who knows? We get down early, we're in trouble.
No, I mean, I've been saying that all year. And everybody calls up and comments, oh, you're delusional. You don't know what you're talking about. I would feel way better if I had to play the Green Bay Packers, if I had to prepare a talking show for the Green Bay Packers. But instead, I got to prepare a show for the Niners, which I flat out have ultimately said multiple times that if we got to play the Niners, I am scared shitless. So here we are. Here's an opportunity. Starters haven't played. The offense still can't put up over 20 points. Sirianni's management's clueless. Patullo still can't call a good game. So this is where we are. This is where we are, and I'm scared if we can't put up over 21 points, over 20 points. I'm nervous, and I'm still nervous no matter what, because this defense, they slip up, they have a big game, and I'm not calling them out. I'm not saying that they are or not, but it's possible, right? Anything
it's all the
can
backup,
happen.
So I can't tell.
No, but what I'm saying is in a game, a defense can slip up and put up and allow 3 touchdowns. And if that does happen, I have zero faith in this offense to be able to put up points.
Yeah, and everybody's been saying about the offense, like, it's important that they get rest this week.
Yeah.
Dude, they've been resting for 16 games.
Yeah, they have. They really have.
Like, they haven't put together any really impressive games all year, so don't tell me that they need rest. No, they need as many reps as possible, because we're going into a gauntlet now. And if we want to repeat as Super Bowl champions, my God, the offense better step up, or else we're going home early.
No, I agree. And Luca, thank you for the phone call. I agree. And I think that is a flat out obvious statement. If your offense can't put up points, if your offense can't be consistent enough, which they haven't all year, and they've really just been going out there and doing just enough to get to squeak by with a win, you can't sell me on the fact that they're going to turn it on in the postseason. You're not going to sell me on any of that. That's not how this operation works. Oh, no. There's an issue. There are still problems. And the way that this team has played throughout this entire season gives me the purpose and the reason to be nervous and angry and frustrated and disappointed and concerned about the way that we may show up in the postseason. When we get back, we'll be taking more of your phone calls and comments. You are listening to the Broad Street Sports Eagles post-game show. Your home for the best Philly sports talk every day and unfiltered. If you're in South Philly and hungry, you need to check out Steak 'em Up on 11th and Shunk. They've got it all. Breakfast sandwiches, breakfast pizza, hoagies, classic cheesesteaks, fresh pizzas, and more. Everything's made and packed with flavor any time of the day. Stop by for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and see why locals keep coming back for more. Steak 'em Up, where South Philly comes to eat. Looking for a real Italian bite? Cafe Merlino at 6 Shoppers Lane in Turnersville, New Jersey has you covered. Fresh cutlet sandwiches, classic hoagies, and hearty pasta dishes, all made with care and the flavor you crave. Whether it's lunch or dinner or just a quick bite, every meal is packed with fresh ingredients and a bold taste. Stop by Cafe Merlino today and see why they're taking South Jersey and the Philly area by storm. Ride in style with Wagner Luxury Limo out of Swedesboro, New Jersey. Whether it's a ride to the game, an airport run, or a special night out, Wagner Luxury Limo gets you there safely and comfortably. Professional drivers, luxury vehicles, and a service you can count on. Book your ride today and arrive like a VIP. Visit online or call 856-481-8020. When it comes to tree work, Jason Pilla Tree Specialist in Galloway, New Jersey has you covered. From tree removal and trimming to emergency storm cleanup, they get the job done quickly, safely, and at a price you can trust. Keep your property looking at its best and protect your home with the pros at Jason Pilla Tree Specialist. Call today for your free estimate at 609-965-8003. That's 609-965-8003. And make sure you tell them Broad Street Sports sent you. Welcome back in, everybody. You are listening to the Eagles postgame show here on Broad Street Sports, your home for the best Philly sports talk every day unfiltered. Man, what a weird one. Another weird one. But before I start getting into my last little bit of talking points here, because I will wrap it up, make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe. If you guys are new to the channel, this is your home for the best Philly sports talk. I've said that a lot, but this is really your home for the best unfiltered Philadelphia sports talk every day. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe, share, comment, do what you got to do. Help me out and check out all of my wonderful sponsors, please. I have them tagged in the description and on the bottom of the show. I really appreciate all of my wonderful sponsors, and I appreciate all of you guys. So make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe and check out my merch in the link in the description box. Here's something. And this doesn't really have to do with the game, but it does. I don't know if I'm the only one that feels this way, but can you believe that it's already the end of the regular season? Can you believe that? I don't believe it. I can't believe it. The end of the regular season already. It feels like, honestly, that we were just talking about a collapse versus the Chargers. What was that, a couple weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, a month ago? Feels like we were just talking about a collapse and, all these problems. Feels like we were just talking about, Patullo and the way he started the season, versus the Cowboys and everybody else. See, so to me, when I'm thinking about this game and the fact that we lost and whatever the case is, I'm also thinking about how the fact that I can't fathom that it is this late into the season already and that the regular season is already over. Now, on the other side of things, when it comes to this game, this had to have been one of the longest feeling football games I've ever watched in my life. Oh, it was ridiculous. My buddy brought it up to me, too. I mean, this game, that third quarter felt like 3 hours, didn't it? It felt like 3 hours. So there was, not only did I have to see a loss to end out the regular season and miss out on the 2 seed, but I had to see a third quarter that felt like 3 hours. And, it is what it is. It is what it is, bro. It really is. 215-839-8246. That's the number to get in. I want to hear your thoughts on this one as the Eagles lose the regular season finale. And they are matched up to face the San Francisco 49ers in the postseason, in the wild card game. It's just, it's weird. It's weird. And I've been saying this all along. It feels weird that that we're already this late into the season. The game felt like it took forever. And then here's another one. I just seen the stat as I'm scrolling through Instagram during the commercial break. And I heard it on the broadcast too on CBS, but I wasn't really listening because I was preparing the show. Josh Johnson, I don't even want to call him a loser because he won. Good for this guy. You know what I mean? But Josh Johnson, that's his second career win. His second career win is versus a team that is supposed to apparently go win a Super Bowl. Okay. He's 39 years old, and he's been in the league for like 15 years. So there it is. It is just it's ridiculous, man. And I don't even care about Josh Johnson. I don't care about any of it, man. You know what I mean? I really don't. What bothers me, and it's not the fact that we lost, but it's the fact that you had the opportunity at at the 2 seed right in front of you. You had it right there. And don't tell me, because I've already seen on social media people saying, "Oh, well, Sirianni and Petullo had no idea that the Eagles had an opportunity at the 2 seed." No, they had no idea that the Bears were losing the game. Don't tell me they didn't know, because I'm watching the game on CBS. CBS every 2 minutes is saying, "Oh, the Bears are losing the game to the Lions," and then my buddy, because I'm at my buddy's house, has the game on the other TV, so I'm seeing that. So don't tell me, for the people at the stadium, on the Jumbotron and stuff, that they don't have the game and the score on there. You know what I mean? It's so ridiculous, and it really is. And the fact that you had that 2 seed right in front of you at every single damn opportunity for that 2 seed, and they blew it. They gave up. They blew it. Sirianni really tweaked the hell out of me, and you can't tell me, and you got the really weird fans out there that no matter what believe in this team, right? Like, I believe in my team. I love my team, and I support my team no matter what, even though it may not seem like that all the time. But for me, as a realist, as somebody who's into reality and watches this team and talks about this team to people and have my own sports talk show, it is hard for me to sit here and believe and tell you that the Philadelphia Eagles have a very, 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 very good chance at winning versus the 49ers, because I don't believe it. I don't believe it. And I don't. And it's just weird. I don't know. It's just weird. I don't believe it. And that's because, to me, I see the way this offense plays. I see the way that this coaching staff is, the way Johnny is. How am I supposed to sit down and tell you I believe in a football team that can't put up over 20 points? Now, and I said this to one of my previous callers, imagine this team, this defense, who has been perfect all year, allows 21 points. Imagine 21 points. Do you tell me right now you have faith in this offense, and not only Jalen Hurts, but Barkley and an offensive line that can't block a 125-pound guy? You're telling me you have faith in all that? I don't. And I don't have faith in this coaching staff. Let's go back to the phones. Let's go to.
What's going on, Ryan? Just coming from the game. And,
yeah.
The main point I got to say is, it's the same thing every week. It's the offensive play calling.
Yeah.
And, as Nick Sirianni's been more and more involved in this offense, we're looking just like the 2021 Eagles before Shane Steichen took over the play calling, where it's pass, and we're not running the ball enough. Tank Bigsby had one run since his touchdown, and it was a 13-yard carry. Why is Tank Bigsby not getting involved in the entire fourth quarter? You have to tell me that, because I just don't know. I don't know. What is Kevin Petullo and Nick Sirianni doing? We ran the same out route every time. That's the only way we got our completions during the game. I mean, it's the play calling every single week. It's the common denominator in all of these losses. The defense, I mean, Keely Ringo and
Ringo's horrible. Ringo's horrible.
Horrible.
Yeah.
But, I mean, we could have easily won this game if the offensive play calling was just better. But, I mean, on the defensive side of the ball, Jalen Hunt played well. But everyone else, I mean, it was just PI left and right.
Yeah, well, when I think about this defense, and I've said this throughout the show, they couldn't stop a cold if they have the opportunity. But when you look at the players that you actually want to look at, when you want to look at Jeremiah Trotter, I thought he played outstanding football. I thought Jalen Hunt played great football. When you want to look at the guys that, actually mean something to the defense, and like in a game like this, and I said this earlier this week, in a game like this, you don't look at the game in totality. You look at the specific players that are playing in the game, like Jalen Hunt, like Trotter, like McKee, like Tank Bigsby. You look at specific players. And on the defensive side, Jalen Hunt played great. Trotter played great. But, I mean, I'll tell you this, Keely Ringo blows. He blows. I mean, it is ridiculous. The amount of PI calls that this guy had tonight. Just keep him on special teams, bro. Keep him as a gunner. Yeah, keep him on special teams. I don't even care, dude. He's horrible. But I'll tell you this. So
No
let
wonder
me
why
ask
it's
you.
already beat him out.
So let me ask you this. So you said you were at the game. How was the atmosphere at the game? So run me through the start of the game. Was it loud? Was it excited? And then run me through the end of the game when the Bears lost. You had an opportunity right in front of you to go get the 2 seed. You didn't get it. Run me through the emotions at the link since you were there.
Yeah, I mean, at the start of the game, it was loud, just like any other Eagles game. I thought it was pretty filled up. I thought there was a good amount of people there. Yeah, I thought it was pretty loud at the start of the game, especially when we were scoring. I thought when Tank Bigsby broke off that big run, it got really loud in the link. But, I mean, to be honest with you, from the third quarter on, it was really quiet.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like you could hear a pin drop in there. I mean, not really booing at the Eagles or anything like that, like a little bit, but, like, more so just quiet. I mean,
Right.
after, like, the third quarter, after Tank Bigsby got his touchdown, and the offense was just stalling out and the PI calls, I mean, it just got quiet in there. And at the end of the game, I don't think really anyone stayed for that final Eagles drive with a minute left. So, no, I mean, yeah, it got really quiet.
So did you beat the traffic? Did you leave before the final Eagles drive?
We left as soon as Tanner McKee got the ball back with 50 seconds left.
Okay, so you left right when the final drive happened. Okay, all right.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I mean, it's one of those games that I look back on, and you've been a caller on my show, so you know how I feel, and I've said this. I think that we should have played the starters at least for the first quarter, first half. Now, let's just say, right? This is hypothetical because there was a lot of injuries today. Let's just say, we had the starters went out there for the first half or first quarter. Right? Imagine they put up some points and they grow a lead. I mean, you got to think about that. And then how about Sirianni, saying, oh, well, if there's an opportunity and we know the Bears lost and there's an opportunity for us to go and get the 2 seed, we're going to go and throw in the starters. The starters were suited up. They were ready to go. And Sirianni and Patullo, they all blew that one and they stunk it up. Go ahead.
Here's my thing. So they showed the Bears score and the Lions score pretty much during every timeout and everything. So Nick Sirianni was well aware of the Bears and Lions score. And, the thing is, their game ended before ours did. And Jalen Hurts was active during the game. He wasn't on the inactive list. Devontae Smith obviously played in that first quarter. We had some of the starters active for this game. And, don't get me wrong, I think Tanner McKee and Bigsby did a fine job today. Nothing overly great, but in that fourth quarter, the play calling has to be better, regardless if you put the starters in. That's really the bottom line. I mean, I don't really think it really matters if the starters came in or not. I think we could have easily won the game with the offensive players on the field. I just think bottom line comes down to play calling. Just how it needs to be at this point.
No, I agree, and that's exactly what worries me heading into the postseason versus a very good Niners team. Vince, thank you for the phone call. I greatly appreciate it, man. I really do, and I think all Eagles fans feel the same way. And I don't think that has anything to do with the loss. I mean, I guess it does, but it has everything to do with the fact you had the second seed right in front of you. I mean, right there, and you blew it. You just stunk it up. You just you pissed yourself all over. And that, to me, is the biggest issue. And the play between McKee, I know McKee didn't play perfect, but I think McKee played fine football. I think if McKee was out there with starters, he would have lit it up. But McKee had the interception, didn't play his best football. The offensive line wasn't blocking for him. Right, like there was a lot of issues. So I don't blame that game on McKee. I think Tank Bigsby played a great game. Darius Cooper, a great game. So it is what it is. But tonight, once again, a loss falls on your coaching staff. Again, coaching staff kills you once again, big time. And that is going to hurt you in the long run. And that's exactly why I am just quite nervous heading into the Niners game. And I think everybody should be. Heading into the Niners, you're telling me you're not going to be nervous? I am. I'm quite nervous. But thank you guys all for tuning in to the Eagles post-game show here on Broad Street Sports. I greatly appreciate it. I really, really do. It's been a fun, well, not fun, but fun 18 weeks of regular season football. We got a big-time postseason game coming up next week. versus the Niners, which I'm nervous about. We're going to break it down all this week. But make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe. I greatly appreciate it. You have been listening to Pro Street Sports, your home for the best Philly sports talk every day and unfiltered. I will see you guys all very, very soon. Harper has been absolutely insane.
I'm ready to run through a wall.
We're going to run some clock, or maybe some attack.
This team is destined